Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Smarter Marketing, where we're going to explore the innovative strategies and techniques to help you elevate your event marketing game. I'm your host, Terry, and in today's episode, number 4 of our event marketing series, we're going to talk about live streaming and webinars for your event. We're going to explore a little bit more about how you can extend that reach beyond that physical venue and then connect with a wider audience. So let's get started with live streaming and webinars, extending your reach beyond the venue. In today's digital age, it's essential to leverage online resources to reach out to those who can't attend your event in person. We've all joined a Zoom, we've been in virtual meetings. Let's think about that and applying that to your actual event. So if you can incorporate video or live broadcasts or webinars into your event strategy, that's going to allow you to connect with remote participants if that is applicable. So this helps to maximize your engagement and then extend the overall reach of your event. So essentially, you could double your attendees. And let's discuss some of those key tactics to help you incorporate them and use this resource effectively. First and foremost, let's talk about live streaming. Streaming your event live helps you to reach those remote participants. They tune in, but it also creates a sense of exclusivity and urgency. So if you can choose a reliable streaming platform, test it out first. Make sure that you're there, that they have internet, that you have all of the equipment there that you need, and then use the platform that's going to align with your goals and your audience preferences. So you will want to promote that live stream in advance. Reach in your audience, let them know, email them, give them the link, whatever it happens to be, and then create the excitement and the anticipation so that way when they join your event, that they're really looking forward to it. Schedule so that way you can provide that clear instruction for accessing the live stream. So think about Zoom, it could be Facebook Live. Think about where your audience is, make it accessible to them, and then make it easy to really think about how they're going to use it, but how your recording person, your technical guru who's going to be filming it, is going to be able to use it as well. So with your equipment and your audience, make sure that you give it a whirl beforehand and then test it out, make sure it works, and then go live when it's time. So once you're live, let's think about some of those interactive elements that can help it more engaging to your audience. You can have viewers submit questions and comments, and they can start talking to you as if they were there and have a connection to the actual event rather than just viewing it. They become a part of it. And maybe there's a dedicated chat feature that you can bring in. So include having a person that's going to be able to be dedicated to monitor and respond to the chat. And then you start that connection with your participants. And then maybe there's behind the scenes footage and exclusive interviews or polls that can also enhance that user experience as well. So if there's a transition, that person who's going live can switch over to photos or video reels and keep the audience engaged. So it's another platform, it's another element, but this idea of including this live streaming and webinars to your event is really about engaging with that second audience. Let's talk about the webinars then. So webinars are an excellent tool for hosting educational sessions. Maybe you have industry discussions and product demonstrations. So even at your live event, there may be a webinar that people participate in as well. But it's an opportunity that's unique to connect with a targeted audience. And then you can deliver valuable content remotely. So when you're planning your webinar, make sure the topic that you pick aligns with the theme and then addresses the pain points of your target audience. So you are not just putting a webinar on for the sake of webinars, but you're actually using that as a tool to get new audience members that you wouldn't normally have had. And then to maximize your attendance, make sure to promote it across all of your channels on social media, email campaigns, and even on your event website. And give the reason that people want to join this webinar. So whether it's live as a part of its own live webinar or a part of your in-person event, consider putting the time and effort into compelling reasons, what you're offering, what they're going to learn, and build that out. That marketing strategy should handle this webinar by itself with all of the steps and the logistics to get it launched. So your goal is to get as many people into the webinar as possible. Maybe there's an early bird registration incentive that you could include. Think about if you register before 90 days, you'll get this discounted rate and the price goes up the closer you get to the event. So you've offered incentives to fill this webinar attendee list. And maybe there's exclusive resources. So if there's something that somebody needs to attend, they're going to get a freebie or a downloadable PDF or one-on-one time with the leader of the webinar, for example. And then during the webinar, you still need to keep them engaged. So build out time to make visual aids as slides, other live demonstrations, and encourage active participation. So give them the opportunity to ask questions and share their thoughts on that chat Q&A. And perhaps guest speakers and industry experts are going to add to the credibility. Maybe consider inviting more people into the webinar to share the content, to share their insights, and to help build that authority on this webinar of why people need to attend and why they should register early. And then that summarizes back to what it is that they're going to get out of it. Great. And then moving on to that live streams, don't forget to record it. And when you record it, you capture it to repurpose for future uses. So be mindful of that record button. I've sat in a couple of them where they have not been recorded, and the person who's hosting it and me as a guest, I hear them upset that they didn't hit the record button early enough. Just make sure that you put that on your checklist, because you're going to be able to take information back out of that. So there could be video snippets that you can use on your website. You can link back to your YouTube channel, or take little bits of it and put it on your social media. And also that it's recorded. The people who have attended, you can email the attendees and say, here's the recording. If there's anything in there that you wanted to gain, you have access to it now. So if they missed the live event, they can still get the insights and come back to it and watch it later on. All right. In addition to live streaming and webinars, consider some other online resources that will help extend the reach. I want you to create a dedicated event website and landing page where remote participants can access their highlights, recorded sessions, and exclusive content. So everything will be there that they need. And then leverage those social media platforms to share the snippets and the behind the scenes moments and interviews with speakers and attendees. And even afterwards, you can still repost them as well. And then encourage them to use hashtags when they're sharing experiences on social media. That helps you to get even further reach. And when you're incorporating video and live broadcasts into your event marketing strategy, you're going to have a huge opportunity to connect with a wider audience. So embrace the online resources and then extend that reach beyond the physical venue. And then make sure to engage with those remote participants. This has been a part of your marketing campaign. Make it worth your while and your investment. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. And I hope that these insights and tips are going to be valuable for your event marketing endeavors. And don't forget to stay tuned for future episodes of Smarter Marketing. We continue to explore strategies and ideas to help you stay ahead of the curve. And I want to thank you for joining us today for this event webinar. And I want to encourage you to check out the other event marketing videos. and feel free to reach out if there's anything that you want me to cover. Send me a message. Until next time, I want you to keep embracing technology and exploring new avenues and making your events truly remarkable. This is Terry signing off from Smarter Marketing.